Afua, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us again on the 3 p.m. news. Afua, please, if you'd tell us what's the latest from the front line in Ukraine.
Well, Ukraine has been bombarded overnight. Its energy and gas infrastructure has been targeted and attacked by Russian missiles and drones. Now, the Ukrainian energy minister has accused Russia of deliberately targeting civilian targets. And remember, this comes after a week where the U.S. has suspended military aid to Ukraine as well as intelligence sharing. That intelligence sharing perhaps could have prevented these attacks. So officials in Odessa and Kyiv say the waves of attacks have left infrastructure damaged and homes on fire. Several people in Kyiv have been injured, while the military administration in Ukraine's eastern region of Donetsk says the Russian glide bombs have injured 7 people. 2 of those were children. Now, French-made Mirage jets have been deployed in this war for the first time by the Ukraine. That's according to the Ukrainian Air Force, and the Kremlin has denied suggestions overnight the attack was in response to the ceasefire proposal suggested by Emmanuel Macron. Now, in the past few minutes, Donald Trump said he is considering sanctions and tariffs on Russia because of this overnight wave of strikes. He wrote on Truth Social, his social media platform, he said, based on the fact that Russia is absolutely pounding Ukraine on the battlefield right now, I am strongly considering large-scale banking sanctions and tariffs on Russia until a ceasefire and final settlement agreement on peace is reached. To Russia and Ukraine, get to the table right now before it's too late. Thank you. So that's the latest from Donald Trump. He posted that on his Truth Social platform in response to the bombing overnight in Ukraine.
Okay, well, thank you for that latest, Afua. But last night, EU leaders promised to send billions in defense. It's a plan called REARM. I don't know if it's an anagram. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so Ursula von der Leyen is calling it REARM, basically. So it's about Europe coming together. She's promised 800 billion euros in extra defense spending for this plan called REARM Europe. She said that there was a clear and present danger and that Europe is determined to act with the scale, speed and resolve that the situation demands. And it's about investing more in the military, investing more in military capabilities. Now, Hungary has said that they will not be taking part in this rearmament plan and says that it could ruin Europe. So that's one European country that has already opted out of this kind of REARM Europe plan. Now, the UK no longer part of the European Union, but it is thought that today Keir Starmer will be meeting with EU leaders to see how the UK can support and be involved in this EU rearmament program.
So what's the latest on peace talks between Ukraine and Russia then?
Well, it's thought that there's a delegation who will be traveling to Saudi Arabia on Tuesday to take part in peace talks. Now, Donald Trump said that he is attending. I'm not sure if he himself is attending or the U.S. is attending, but he said he will be attending. Volodymyr Zelensky will be in Saudi Arabia, but not necessarily at the talks. Perhaps the UK and France might be present as well at these talks that are taking place in Saudi Arabia, and it's hoped that Russia could come to the table as well. So these talks due to take place potentially in Riyadh. There'll be diplomats around them that will be doing sort of getting down to the minutiae of the peace talks. Will we see Trump and Zelensky meet in Saudi Arabia? Perhaps. We don't know. It will be the first time they would have met since that disastrous meeting 1 week ago today. But those peace talks are going to be progressing in Saudi Arabia this coming Tuesday.
Well, thank you very much, Afua. We will have you subsequently join us to give us more on the details from Ukraine. Thank you.